English has emerged as a must-have skill that companies require to give you a job. Whether you are a fresh graduate or a working professional, you are no exception to the requirement of English language communication skills. This is why companies take this test very seriously and you need to score high. We have talked about the Versant English test in the earlier video and the question types on that at length in the last video. And we promised that we will tell you all about the variations of other Versant English tests. They are Versant English Test, Versant English Placement Test, Versant English Test of India, Versant Writing Test, Versant Writing Test Screener, Versant 4 Skills Essential Test. Notice the table below. You will see that the question types are repeated in some form or the other for all the variants of English Versant Test. Since we have covered all 7 question types in the previous video, see the link in the description box below. We will cover the rest of the question types in this video. The question types that pan around all types of Versant English variants are given below with examples. Pay close attention to each one of these types. Conversations, typing, sentence completion, dictation, passage reconstruction, summary and opinion, email writing. If you cover part 1 and part 2 videos of Versant English tests that we have done, you will cover all question types that there are for you to prepare well for this exam. Now, let's look at number 1, conversations. In the conversations task, the candidates are presented with a conversation between 2 speakers that consists of small sentences. After the candidate has listened to it, an examiner asks the question, a comprehension type of question that the person has to answer with a short phrase or a word. For example, congratulations on graduating. Thanks, it was a lot of work. I know, you deserve a party. The question is, why does the man deserve a party? The answer would be because the man graduated from school or college. Number 2, typing. In this typing task, the candidate is presented with a passage of text at the top of the computer screen. The candidate has to type out the selection in its exact form within 60 seconds. The quotes offered are relatively simple in its structure and vocabulary, and they typically range between 90 to 100 words in length. A tip here, to master this type of task, start typing a paragraph at least thrice a week on your computer consistently. This will increase the typing speed automatically for you. Number 3, sentence completion. The sentence completion task is basically like filling in the blanks with the appropriate words. The candidate is presented with sentences that have a word missing. The candidate then has to provide the right words within a time frame of 25 seconds for each word. Let's look at some examples. First example, her favorite hobby is blank. She has so many books. The answer would be, her favorite hobby is reading. She has so many books. Number 2, I asked a co-worker to take over my blank because I wasn't feeling well. The answer would be, I asked a co-worker to take over my work because I wasn't feeling well. In this exercise, you should understand the meaning of the sentence and then fill in the blanks. Number 4, dictation. In the dictation task, the candidate has to hear a sentence and then type it out in its exact form within 25 seconds. The sentences increasingly become relatively difficult and usually range from 3 words to 14 words. The audio prompts are spoken in natural pace and rhythm and typically possess a range of grammatical and syntactic structures. Examples. Number 1, how long can I keep this book? Number 2, I'll see you on Thursday. A very important tip to consider here. In this task, the candidate has to hear a sentence, keep it in memory, and type it back in 25 seconds. The success for this type of testing is possible with a regular reading habit. Developing a reading habit is essential to developing a lot of sentences grammatical and syntactical structures. Number 5. Passage reconstruction. In the passage reconstruction task, the candidate has to carry out an assignment similar to free recall or immediate recall. In this task, the candidate is presented with a short passage for 30 seconds. The candidate has to read and understand the course carefully before it disappears. Then the individual has to reconstruct the content of the path which he or she recalls and write it down within 90 seconds. The passages generally range from 45 to 65 words and can possess a range of grammatical and syntactical variations and complexities. Same tip as with question type 4 applies here as well. In order to do this task well, you need to develop a habit of reading. Number 6. Summary and opinion. In the summary and opinion task, the candidate is provided with a passage. It generally contains an opinion on an everyday topic with an introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. The route typically ranges from 275 to 300 words. The candidate is given 18 minutes to read this passage carefully, write a summary of the author's opinion within 50 terms, and provide their opinion on the presented topic in at least 50 words. A tip here. For this type, you know clearly that you need to have good comprehension and writing skills. The first step to developing comprehension and writing skills is regular reading. Reading for 20 to 30 minutes a day is a proven technique to learn English skills. Number 7. Email writing. In the email writing task, the candidate is offered the opportunity to exhibit his or her writing skills. They need to write emails in a relatively formal and work-related setting. The candidates are typically provided with a short description of a situation, and they have to compose an email in response to that situation in at least 100 words. They are given 9 minutes to read and respond to this task. Each email situation typically consists of several elements, including the setting or place of work, the addressee to whom the email is written, and the relationship between the addressee and the writer, and the goal and functional purpose of the email. This task is very vital to performing your daily duties at work. Regardless of whichever position you are in and whatever role you are performing, on an average, an employee types one email every 10 minutes. This is a lot of emailing back and forth. So, it is an important skill you need to learn to perform a job well. With our 2 videos on Versant English Test, you should get a detailed understanding of how the test works and what type of questions you need to answer. When writing these tests for all MNCs, customer service related jobs, recruiting, HR jobs, and literally any job warrants you to know English language skills. This is the time for you to get started on learning these skills in a very easy, fun manner. Skillioma, Beyond Curriculum.